just what to do. Deedle-dum-dum, deedle-dum-dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and Bert the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He'd duck and cover, duck and cover. He did what we all must learn to do. You and you and you and you, duck and cover.
Oh, God. What a way to start an opening, huh?
What a way to start a year so far. Holy
exactly.
fucking shit.
Right?
Well, I mean, last time we did a live stream, StreamYard added some new toys. And it's just like, oh, what's this? And I saw the countdown. That's all of a sudden now I can use the countdown because, I don't know, I've seen it. Hello. I've seen it. Other people have that little countdown, but yeah. So let's see. Wolf Elder, hello. Scrappy, thanks for joining us, bro. Let's see. Braxton, hi. Ken Jones, thanks for coming. Was it SPC8? Hello. William, good morning or hello. Yankee, how's it going? Nordicus, good morning, good evening. So thanks for coming out for the live stream last minute. I never posted anything, and Kaz, you posted something in what your threads?
Yeah, the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watch videos on YouTube, post every once in a great while. So, Kaz, want to start off? What's new with you, bro?
Work. That's about it. That's all I've been doing pretty much, like working. To be completely honest, I've paid zero attention to what's going on in the world since the CEO got smoked, because that just pretty much made my year. I was like, okay, the world is complete. It's a better place now.
Not quite. There's still plenty more.
Oh, there's a few more to go, but just in general.
And for those who don't know, security guy, you want to give the explanation since you are now banned? I wouldn't say banned, but you're in timeout on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm got a strike until mid next week. Because what happened is I archive all my stuff. I archived the live streams and everything. Well, there's only so much room on the fucking drive. And my archive has the raw videos before they get uploaded to YouTube. And, well, what I try to do, if I have a video that it's not on there anymore because it got removed either by me or YouTube or whoever, I re-upload it and I put it as unlisted, and then I download it from that with a compressed file. So literally I can upload a video that's 2 gigabytes raw, and then once it goes through all the crap in YouTube, it's brought down to like 100 megabytes, which frees up a huge amount of room in the drive. Well, because of the rant video I did on Sunday, that struck a nerve with YouTube. So when I tried doing some of these post and polls to free up some room on the drive, I got a 2 gigabyte video uploaded and then went over to the service I was using to download the smaller version. Well, I got a notice right away from that service. YouTube has attached a virus to the videos to prevent me from downloading the stuff. Well, because that video was then on the channel unlisted for greater than an hour, I got a strike for that video. Now, this particular video happened to be one from 2020 where I pointed out CDC numbers on how the stuff that we were being told by the government was BS. And I voiced my concerns concerning another shot or a particular shot because of not being properly tested. So YouTube gave me a strike for that, which in all honesty, they gave me a strike for that exact same video in 2020 too also. So
YouTube's still out of control with all of their censorship bullshit.
I know. And what's fucked up is they said the COVID stuff no longer was falling under the shit they were looking for. Well, that's not true. I seriously hit a nerve at YouTube with this last rant video. That was pretty obvious.
The commies don't like it.
No.
What was that?
Oh, my phone.
Ah, gotcha.
So the hooker called you back for the post show?
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get them scheduled. It's just such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I know. And God, the fucking price is going up because of inflation. My Lord.
Right? Inflation is killing me. Why do you think I had to get a second job?
But it's the greatest economy ever, Jack.
Yeah. Maybe if you're one of the 1% elites, because yeah, they are making all kinds of fucking money.
Oh yeah, hand over fist.
The rest of us are out here suffering.
Yeah, I'm not going to promote what happened in New York, but you know, I'm going to say Luigi may have been on to something. You know, that's all.
I'm pretty sure he was. No,
and not just on something as in you know, drugs, but I think he might have had a pretty good idea going. But you know,
I just pretty much embrace it. I repped it and said, "Yep, I fully support what he did." I'm not even gonna lie about it.
Yeah, do you see how the media just all fell in line lockstep right afterwards?
Sure.
Talking about how, you shouldn't go after the CEOs of the health companies, you know, because they're there for.
Well, you know, when that was the whole point, is that these C-suite, rich, super elite fuckers were terrified once they realized they can be touched.
Yep.
And I think that was the message that was sent. And of course, then they own all the media companies and everything. So of course they're going to send out, make sure we push that, you know, and make an example of this guy. He got hit with terrorism charges. Like if somebody would have smoked me or you or some other Joe walking down the street, they wouldn't have gave 2 squirts of piss about it. They would have been lucky to maybe like, oh, well, we looked around the corner to see if the guy was there. He's not there. I mean, there would have been nothing. Like it would have been crickets. You know, it's just a statistic, right? But because it was one of those assholes, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's the end of the world and terrorism, and it's worse than Pearl Harbor. Some rich fucker got smoked.
But they did take notice because the health companies started taking down the pictures of their CEOs and all that stuff. Stopped mentioning what their names were, and
again, they were terrified, and I think that is absolutely the best thing that could have come out of the whole thing.
And the fucking hypocrisy of the whole thing. You know, the media talking about, oh, well, they killed someone. They took someone away from their family. This CEO, you know, he won't be there for his family. Well, yeah, neither will all those family members who died because that company denied their life-saving medical care.
Yep.
Yeah, we're supposed to be worried about him. What about the tens of thousands that have died since he became president?
That's my point.
Because they wouldn't approve it.
Dude was a mass murderer. He just did it with a pen instead of like Luigi did with a gun. I mean, the same thing could be said for government. Government's mass murdering. They just do it with a pen, right?
Fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, the world's a better place. So what else is going on with you, Ron? Since you haven't made a video in like a month either.
A month? Oh God, longer than that.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, I've been getting things situated for school. Just trying to get everything.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm going to start nuking a bunch of people here
Okay.
in the chat because it looks like we have a fucking troll attack going on right now.
Oh, okay. So,
What am I missing?
I just
So one person started posting something about Jews, and then a couple others started posting stuff attacking Ron.
Oh, okay. I didn't open up a new window to see the chat, so that's my bad.
I didn't have a chat window open.
Yeah, me neither.
They're probably feds.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, I know, Jared. You're not a troll. I know that.
So there's homosexuals in the chat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, as always.
Yeah, we started talking about dead CEOs, and then we get hit with a chat attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. The bootlicker fed job types.
Yeah.
Because they're gay.
Well, a lot of the CEOs are.
Well, yeah.
You know, they were probably going to Diddy parties.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. That's actually probably true.
Well, more than likely. Names are coming out each week of other people who are regulars there.
I never did find out what all that was about. I mean, like, I just didn't look. I saw there was something like he was an Epstein or something. I was kind of like,
Yeah,
here's my surprise face.
The basic thing on it is basically Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
Yeah, surprise face. Yeah. Oh, shit. Hang on, I'll be back.
Okay. So, but anyways. But yeah, no, there's just no rhyme and reason to this live stream. We were talking, folks. We were talking back channel, and a lot of us are kind of not really up to speed on things nationwide or even globally, except that the deep state's burning the house down.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that the Trumpster can inherit a burning dumpster, a raging dumpster fire. So that's
I find it real funny that this area in LA that's burning down right now, you aware, Ron, that particular area is the location where the city of Los Angeles has chosen to be the site for their model for their version of the 15-minute cities. And the locals in that area were refusing to sell so that the city could build their model of the 15-minute city there. And now magically, oh my God, the entire area is burning down. And you have all these people coming out and they're saying that their fire insurance was removed by their insurance providers here over the last few months, right before this happened. So now their insurance companies will not reimburse them for losing everything. So they're going to have no choice but to sell their property and the ashes to, oh my God, the city of Los Angeles in order to get some money for compensation.
Mm.
Yeah, BlackRock's laughing their asses off right now, aren't they?
No shit.
Yeah. Well, a part I saw earlier today was the section of Los Angeles that, like, this entire neighborhood, that's where a lot of the Hollywood stars live.
Yeah, the B-listers basically is what
Ah.
someone posted today. It's not the
James
A-listers, it's the B-listers.
Gotcha.
James Woods was on Fox talking about, and I never watched the video. I just saw it on my subscription feed, whatever. That I guess one of his houses burnt down.
Yeah.
And I always think it's funny, you know, it's like their bitch are like, well, I lost one of my houses in this fire, and you're like, say that again out loud so you can hear it for yourself. You lost one of your houses.
Jesus Christ.
Please feel free to get fucked. Yeah. We were so close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guns Coast to Coast had it right. We were so close. We almost went from the culture war to the class war, which is what it should have been.
Well, look back at 2020 when George Floyd got killed. People in Minnesota were coming together about and wanting to talk about police violence. And then, oh my God, magically BLM shows up and turns it into a complete fucking racial issue.
Uh-huh.
So, oh my God. Yeah, it's the whole thing about the whole Maui thing. My family, or my folks, they're very left leaning. I wouldn't say really left leaning, but they're left leaning. You know, the Democrat Party is the best party. No, but anyways, I kind of
it's funny when you told me how your mom finally noticed the inflation and stuff.
It's like,
that was funny.
Oh, it's just like, Ma, don't. Okay, remember 5 years ago? Just 5 years ago. How much did a dozen eggs cost? Oh, about $1.75. Okay, how much are they today? Well, I was shopping for eggs because your father likes to have an omelet for breakfast. I go, yeah, and they, oh my God, they were like $4 a dozen. And what's the coincidence here? I don't know. What is it?
Ron told me the story, Kaz. It was fucking hilarious. I was rolling on the floor.
It's just like, oh my God! It's just like
he almost got to the point of having to draw it on a whiteboard to explain it.
Multiple chalkboards.
You see that? There's that meme of the algebra equations going around in her head, kind of thing.
Yeah, basically.
I was kind of like putting that guy in that meme with the pictures and all that string. Yeah, I was to that point. Oh, and okay, yeah, Scrappy. Okay, there it is.
Funny.
Yeah, Scrappy, same thing, dude. You're going through the same thing. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. And
why would the prices be going up? Oh, I don't know. You voted for a socialist in charge of the government and, spending and
the government's also doing a mass culling of chickens and cows.
Yeah, that too.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Scrappy, for those who don't know, Scrappy lives in the UK. Poor guy. We got to set up a GoFundMe, get him the hell out of there.
No kidding.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But anyways, in Europe, definitely in Europe, was it the Netherlands? They're culling cows because of the cow farts. Oh, the methane is killing the planet. And
I remember that shit from back in the 80s, and we all laughed our asses off on it when they tried it then, but now people are taking it seriously.
Yeah. €2 for 6. What? €2 for 6 eggs. What's the conversion? How much is a euro compared to $1?
$1.50.
€1 is $1.50.
Yeah, about $1.50.
So $3 for 6 eggs. So $6 a dozen.
That's
Holy
insane.
fuck!
Oh, that's not.
Well,
I actually seen something here a week or two ago, not long after the first. We have eggs on sale for only $6 a dozen, and that was the sale price.
Fuck.
that's why I'm glad I have chickens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, trust me. If I was able to have chickens, I live in the city limits, and of course, they're all Democrats, so they're cracking down on people who have chickens. There was a guy. He moved, but he actually worked for the city. He was like the legal counsel for the city I live in, and I would go for like morning walks back in 2016, and I could hear his rooster, and oh man, jeez.
Yep, I'm so happy I have chicken roosters. Although I switched my feed on my hens, and they stopped laying. Like they haven't laid in over a month. I think with
the time of year does a lot with that too.
Well, yeah. But I also blame the feed. I really.
Oh yeah, those there were talks about. Excuse me. There were talks about Farm and Fleet and Tractor Supply people's chickens. It was in the middle of summer, and the hens would not lay eggs.
Yep.
Now, is this the same feed that you've been giving them for quite a while?
Well, no, it wasn't. I switched because I was being cheap and lazy, and there's a like a Tractor Supply kind of place close to me. I used to go to the feed mill, and their stuff was more natural or whatever. But I was like, oh, I'll go to the swing by here because it was a retail spot and it was close. And then as soon as within a week of starting to give them those pellets, they stopped laying completely.
Huh.
Jesus.
And I'm like, okay, yeah. So I switched back, and I'm waiting to see if they start laying again.
Yeah, something tells me it's the feed.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah. My neighbor across the street, we call them the hillbillies. The wife stays at home, almost pregnant all the time. Or no, we call them the hippies, because the backyard is filled with chickens and ducks. This is during the warmer months of the year, and you can hear the chickens going on, and the kids got their toys in the front yard instead of the backyard. So, they're nice people. I talked to the guy, and he's just telling me, I just want to save up and get some acreage out in the country, so we don't have the hassle from the city citing us for the chickens. Yeah. So I go, hey, look, I told him, hey, look, it's a good thing you didn't buy a goat, because they do not allow hooved animals in city limits. They're cracking down on the chickens, but you can still have one or two.
Which is insane to me. Like, I just can't wrap my head around that. Like, why would you stop people from having chickens, of all things?
Oh, a lot of those laws go back like decades.
Yeah.
From when they were trying to send that stuff out of the cities as a public health thing, because of manure and stuff and runoff.
Yep. There's you're saying, Kaz, about issues with the chickens, but another thing could be worse. In some cities across the country, you cannot harvest rainwater for your own garden.
Yeah, I've read that. That's mostly up in Oregon, from what I've read.
which doesn't make sense because, well, one, it rains all the fucking time there.
Right.
Pacific Northwest. But if you're in the Midwest, you know, why? Or say down in Texas, you have a rain catchment system, you know, because it doesn't rain that much in mid or eastern part of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get droughts worse than us because
Mm-hmm.
you and me, Kez, we're in Ohio. I'm way up north, and you're down at the south end, southern end.
Southern, yeah. Southwestern Ohio.
Oh, hi. What was that? What was that video? Oh God, talking about the accents of Ohio. Oh God, I wish I would have downloaded that.
No, I know which one you're talking about.
Okay. Oh, speaking of videos, let's see, video file. Here we go.
Goes up out of the middle of nowhere and starts befriending everyone inside of your team. Everyone really likes him. He's got a lot of great education to teach you. Apparently, he was former CIA and loves what it is that you guys are doing and is trying to push and really encourage everyone to get out there and do stuff and is asking interesting questions online and would like to see all the guns that you have in your safe and would like to ask you about... Wait a minute, this guy's probably a Fed.
Probably a Fed.
Probably don't even want him inside of the community, if at all. Probably don't talk to this guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I never understand that where people post shit on their channels and stuff in social media. Hey, post a picture of all your firearms. Hey, post a picture of your preps. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't have guns anymore. I got rid of all mine. I just think prepping in general is a waste of time.
Yeah. I live close to the lake, so I lost mine in a boating accident.
There's a Walmart up the street that will always have food for me, so I'm not worried about it.
Mm-hmm. I'll just go to the church food drive, pantry drive.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they'll take care of me, of course, if something happens. But nothing's ever going to happen. So, you know, Trump's in office, so it's going to be absolutely 100%.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And, you know, on January 21st, that's when it's going to warm up to a perfect 70 degrees. We're going to have rainbows and the unicorns are going to come out of hiding and, you know, gas prices and food prices are going to go back to where they used to be. And yeah.
Right. Yeah, we're totally, everything's going to be good. That's one of the things that's cracking me up is how everybody's like, okay, Trump's in office, we're good, everything's good.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, what was it? Security guy, you listen to Liberty Tree Radio, yeah?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. What was right after the election? Mark Kernicke, he was saying, what was he going on about? Now's not the time to lax.
Yeah. See, I did a video right after the election because I was talking to a militiaman I know from a different unit. He had contacted me because his unit, the week of the election, shut down. And their reason was they literally said, well, Trump's in office. We don't need to waste our time doing this anymore. We don't need to waste our time, you know, practicing with the firearms. We don't need to waste our time prepping and gathering food and supplies anymore because Trump, we won.
Yeah,
and I mentioned that in a video. Mark Kernicke seen that, and then he went off that week. I found out from Ken Jones, I think it was. He posted that, hey, Mark's talking about what you talked about in your last video. And so I flipped over there, and Mark was going off about, well, I don't know what he's talking about. I haven't heard of any units shutting down just because Trumpy the clown is getting in office. This isn't the time to back down. This is the time to double your efforts. And it's like, yeah, I agree. But there are people that they've fallen for the propaganda. It's
yeah. Yeah, well, I would listen to Liberty Tree Radio a little bit more often, but however, the audio quality is so painful. You know, I mean, the processing is piss poor at best. But anyways, the reason I bring that up, since the last live stream and since the election, I stopped over to one of my haunts at the military surplus stores.
Oh yeah, you questioned me on this if I knew who those guys were and stuff. Yeah.
Right. But anyways, these guys were from Michigan, and they were talking to my buddy Dave, and they had a talk, and they're right now, hopefully while the economy improves, their spending dollars is going to be spent buying preps. They bought the way Dave was telling me, they bought a bunch of old Alice gear, of all things. They're just stocking up of just basic web gear, your basic of the basic. And hey, Bucky's in the house. Nice.
Yeah, I was wondering when he was going to finally join us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been the constant thing that I've heard. Well, Trump's in office now. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be great.
Yeah, but no, getting back to my story, the guys from Michigan, they're saying, yeah, they're stocking up while they can, because hell, it hasn't even been the inauguration yet, and granted, people rag on Alex Jones. Okay, I get that, but you got to admit he's right a lot more often than he's wrong.
Oh yeah,
and sure. Yeah, if you put a penny in his Alex Jones's right jar, you'd still be right now. You'd be at $1,000 right now. You know, while in the Alex Jones's wrong jar, you probably have say $2 or $3. You know, but still, and that's just with a penny. So, but let's see, Alex Jones. Oh, what's that? Is right 4 times a day or so. Yep.
What type of clock are you using, Bucky? Holy shit!
Yeah, he's cracking a joke, but I get it. But yeah, right now the podcast that I'm listening to of the Alex Jones show, it's right before the episodes I'm listening to are like right before Christmas, and granted. Okay, we passed January 6th, and right now they're talking about the drones. So there's the radioactive isotope that came up missing, and there's that radioactive isotope that went missing around New Jersey. That's why everybody saw the drones flying around there. First, then they're hitting all the other cities that have major seawater ports. So, don't know if what became of that, because I haven't been watching the news.
I haven't either.
Yeah. So now with January 20th, which is in about 11 days, we're going to see, okay, Alex is just screaming on his show, Trump, you better get into a bunker and have your quiet.
He's still talking that shit.
Oh, okay. I'm like I said, I'm like a month behind.
Yeah, he's still talking it now. Still saying the same shit, that Trump should be in a bunker right now, and that he should hold the inauguration live stream from Mar-a-Lago. Don't even go to DC and all kinds of shit.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I hope nothing happens. I want another penny in that Alex Jones was wrong jar. That's what I want.
One thing to keep in mind for the guys in Michigan, why they're stocking up on gear, you got to remember, they haven't talked about this much in the media, but politicians in the quote unquote blue states, they have been talking about seceding after Trump is in office.
Cool.
Especially if he starts doing the roundups of the illegals and shit. Echo.
Where's my do it GIF? Just do it.
Oh,
It's Kaz, it's you that's
yeah, Kaz, you got echo coming from you. Might have to use some headphones.
That's bullshit.
Yep.
yeah, so some of us, we are behind enemy lines because our quote unquote elective representatives are talking about seceding. So
You still have an echo?
Nope, you're good now.
I was having mic problems and technical difficulties earlier anyway.
again.
As usual.
Yep.
Oops. That's not right.
Is YouTube fucking with shit again?
I think
Probably.
so.
Probably. We banned their little fucking heroes that were coming in doing their little troll attacks, and now they're changing tactics.
Oh. Okay.
They're feds.
Yeah. They're working for the feds.
Yep.
Let's see. Hang on. I think I found it. Lights and Pete. No, I don't want to do that. Oh God, I hate StreamYard.
Yeah, it's technical difficulties. We have them all the time. Jesus. Dog.
Oh, here it is. Share screen. Share screen. There it is. Do it. Oh God, I loved it in 2016. I was on 4chan, and oh man, was that funny. He will not divide us. Oh.
Hey, Ron, do you still have that meme I sent you a day or two ago?
Oh, yes.
From Brock or whatever it is?
Yes. Hang on 1 second. Where's this? Oh. Hang on 1 second. You're mute. Let's see. As you're echoing again.
Dude, I don't know how.
Well, we're hearing it.
What the fuck?
You yourself are not echoing, but when we are when Kaz or when security guy and I are talking, we can hear ourselves as an echo.
Huh.
Do you have the live stream up in YouTube?
Yeah, but it's muted.
No. It's still not muted.
Yeah, they're fucking with shit. They have to be.
All right, hang on.
Okay, somebody asked a question. Oh, we lost Kaz. Let's see. Somebody asked a question.
Which particular one? There's been a couple questions.
Your take on the Vegas shit. Not even a question if you go.
There's a couple possibilities with that one, and we don't know exactly all the details. One story is that this guy, he has information on things that are technically war crimes against humanity. Drone strikes that were done under Obama where a lot of civilians got killed. He's been trying to get that out into the media, but the media wouldn't listen, and that he raised the attention of just the wrong people in government, and that he was bugging out, heading to Mexico to disappear, basically do the Jesse Ventura thing. And it sounds like he got to Mexico, but then not long after that, for some reason, he ended up in Las Vegas. So there's people are wondering, well, was he, knocked out, captured, killed, or whatever in Mexico, and then they took him up to Vegas and made it look like a giant suicide thing to discredit the information. So, but at the same time, there's another story that this information that he's been trying to get out about these drone strikes, that maybe he was doing kind of the Buddhist monk thing of, hey, look at me. But if that's the case, why do it right in front of the doors of the hotel? Why not do it in the fucking parking lot nearby? So who knows?
I was, for some reason, I was thinking of the Vegas shooting. So yeah, I spaced on that one.
Yeah, they're talking about the Las Vegas bombing thing.
Okay. It shows how far lagging I am. Let's see. I hope so. I really seriously hope so. Can we build a wall around the left coast?
A real life escape from New York type situation?
Possibility.
Well, technically it would be Escape from LA.
Yeah.
Which is still an okay movie, but it's nowhere near as good as the first one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 6 round and 4chan won. Yes. For those who are unaware of 4chan, 4chan is an image sharing board. Started back in like 2009-ish. Or no, 2009-ish. And it was at the time, it was totally anonymous. A lot of memes started there, like the Rick rolling that started from 4chan. But yeah, there was it was in Pol, POL, the sideboard, and they were, or no, it was in the main random chat, and they were. The last round was Shia LaBeouf had this "He will not divide us" flag out in the middle of some cornfield or farmhouse somewheres, and it was just flying. And 4chan, their autistic army, located. No, this is what they call themselves, the Autistic Army, and God love them. I mean, they brought down the Church of Scientology. Well, that was anonymous. Well, at the time they were somewhat affiliated with 4chan, but God bless them. They found the farmhouse where this "He will not divide us" flag was flying, and they found it. They took it down, and live on the stream. I mean, they even Shia LaBeouf even went to Europe. I think it was in London. And of course, London, you can't have any knives. You can't even have scissors. Scrappy, you can vouch for this. Yes, Scrappy, Pepe did start there. They couldn't really take the flag immediately, but they eventually got the flag in London. And then Shai did some weird art thing, a video without a flag. And it's just like, dude, you just spent all your Transformers payroll check on this shit, and now nobody in Hollywood wants them because of that crazy shit.
Did I fix the echo problem, by the way?
Yes, you did.
Now.
Yes, thank you.
For now.
Okay, what's this? Blake's got a question. How do you think police training differs from militia training, and how's it? You're probably thinking of SWAT.
Some of the stuff will transfer over, but not all of it will. Because obviously the tactical stuff with SWAT, like clearing buildings and stuff like that will transfer over.
Yeah.
Because truthfully, that's where, after 9/11 happened and we were rewriting the rules on Mount, military operations in urban terrain, we had to change it from the Cold War way of doing it to what it is now. We looked at the way the police did it. We took that and we modified it to the situation. Because the old way used to be from during the Cold War, which went back to, the origins on this was World War II. When we were clearing a building, we would kick a door, toss in a grenade, wait for it to go off, and then we would go into the room. Well, that was fine in Vietnam, but nowadays where civilian casualties is a huge fucking no-no, we couldn't do that anymore.
Now you use the flashbang.
Well, there were no flashbangs then. I mean,
Okay.
Law enforcement had them, but we did not have them. Not in 2003, 2004, 2005.
Right.
We were still using fragmentation grenades. I mean, Christ, the old, what the fuck was it? The M1 concussion or demolition grenade, wherever the hell it was, which was basically just a block of TNT with a grenade fuse, essentially. Those weren't even in the inventory anymore. So,
yeah. Let's see. BV. Yeah. You were thinking the same thing, the Las Vegas shooter thing.
Yeah, the guy who did blew up his cyber truck in front of Trump Tower. There was a whole thing on the Sean Ryan show about that.
Yeah, and then they got phone calls, and then they're backing away from that now, saying that, well, we now have new information that we were not correct. Yeah, more like you got threatening phone calls.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
That's what I thought as soon as I heard that.
Practical Rifleman, thanks for showing up, dude. Let's see. Oh, last time we did the flag. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I knew it was in I knew it was in the UK, but I couldn't remember if it was in. I thought it was in London, but yeah, after the Liverpool flag, he set up something inside the museum. So
he's such a little turd too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he was okay in a couple movies, but his fucking politics are so fucking far out there, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think, well, see, Shia LaBeouf got his big break in that movie Holes, a Disney movie. So something tells me he might have been groomed just like Corey Feldman.
More likely.
Yeah. So, and everybody, well, here lately, I don't know if anybody's seen Corey Feldman right before COVID. He was just like totally emulating Charlie Sheen, just trying to revive his career. Yeah, he was abused by Disney and Nickelodeon from childhood. Yeah, you're right, BV.
Yeah, and Feldman, he came out hardcore against the pedophilia stuff in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And because he did, they do not allow him in anything anymore.
Right.
At all. He doesn't exist.
Right. Well, they kind of wrote him off anyways, even before then.
So, more than likely, he finally said, no, stop trying to rape me in the ass. And then they said, fine, you're not going to get any more parts. Yeah, he does. He names names. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that thing on Justin Bieber either that Nordicus just posted. Would not doubt that.
Yeah, we'll never see the lists. I'm convinced.
No, they'll never allow it.
But everybody can pretty much guess who was on it. I mean, it's not like it's a big fucking secret. Yeah, Nordicus was right. I heard the same thing. So what was your guys' thoughts on the drones?
In New Jersey?
Yeah, in Jersey and New York.
I figured it was some of our shit that there was a, hey guys, look at this, don't look at this over here situation.
Yeah, because didn't that happen like right
Diversion.
after the CEO got smoked?
Damn near.
No, the oh yeah, the drones came out before Christmas. Yeah, the podcast I was the episode of Infowars I was listening to, they were talking about Chase Geiser was talking about how, or no, it was Harrison Smith. The episode I was listening to today, Harrison was going on about, okay, it was somewhat interesting when it first came out, or the people in government was saying, we don't know who they are, where they came from, but we're looking into it. It's not us. Then right after Trump made the announcement that the government does know who they are, and it was just like, say, on a Monday, the government says we don't know who they are, where they are, they're not us. Tuesday, Trump says the government knows who they are, where they're coming from, and then on Wednesday, the same people that says, oh, it's not us, it's the Iranians, they did a complete 180 and says, well, we don't really know who they are. But yet you were saying on Monday, it's the Iranians, it's a threat to our airspace, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
See, that's total horseshit, because there's not a thing in the sky that the government doesn't know who the hell it is.
Yeah. Anything
And
larger.
some veterans were pointing out that that particular area of Jersey, that's where the U.S. military actually has a proving grounds where they test drones. But that wasn't being mentioned in your mainstream media sources.
Of course not. Like I said, if it was really a threat or a national security threat, they would have been blown out.
They would have been flipping out.
But
go ahead, Kaz.
The government's letting the shit happen, just like the Chinese balloon thing. That whole incident? They just let that shit happen. Like, oh, who cares? That's the problem. Is their hubris is going to get us all killed.
And
it's just pure hubris. Like, oh, nobody can touch us. No, and then it's like everybody got, oh, well, we don't have to prep anymore. Whatever, Trump got elected. Those illegal, whatever, 30 fucking million or 40 million illegal invaders are still here. They haven't left. Those threats are still here, regardless of who's in the White House. All the threats are still there.
They ain't here for vacation. They're, deployed here for a reason.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And for those who don't know, if you're a citizen of China, you cannot leave the country without proper government authorization. I mean,
especially if you're a military age male.
Oh, let's see. What about the chem fog many are complaining about? It just came out after the drone panic subsided. That I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
I have huge doubts on that one.
I don't even know where that fog is.
When the fog thing happened in my area, it was because it was warmer than seasonal temperatures. But at the same time, we were getting some weird cold winds that were getting shoved down near the ground. And that's what was causing the fog. The sun was coming out. It was fucking evaporating the moisture out of the soil. Then we had the wind come in and all that shit fucking fogged up. And then you had this crap people posting about, oh, it's chemical fog. This is being sprayed by the drones. Really? Not in my area, it's not.
Yeah.
And see, there is a thing where if the air is heavy enough, especially when you have fog, chemical exhausts coming out from processing plants and that stuff, it doesn't rise higher into the atmosphere and dissipate. Right. It gets held down near the ground. So maybe that's where some of these people talking about, oh, I was having breathing problems. The fog had this weird taste. Well, what manufacturing facilities are in your area?
Yeah, what are you downwind of?
Exactly. It's possible that the way the air was moving at that time, that normal exhaust from those plants was just getting hugged to the ground. And you're just finally noticing it. That's all it is.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else? Let's see. Let's see. Okay. If any sort of nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we already talked about that.
Yeah, I'm just getting caught up on everything too, guys. Like I said, I have had zero time to stay involved with some of this stuff.
It's just been one fucking diversion after another since the first movie. That's all.
It's kind of what it sounds like. It's just like, what's the next scare tactic in the news cycle, right?
Yeah.
It's to keep everybody terrified all the time. It's funny if you unplug from the computer and like go to your job, talk to people, go outside, touch grass, play in the snow. In my case,
or go to the bar and pay a couple bucks, get a chick, and take her home for an hour.
Yeah.
An hour? That's all?
Oh, we were talking about inflation, remember?
No, yeah. I mean, an hour. What am I going to do with the other 56 minutes?
Have her clean your guns.
Yeah, I got laundry I need to do, I guess.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, we're done in a bedroom. Can you do the sheets now for me? The washer's over there.
Oh, that's a good question, too. That's a good question. Do you think the New Orleans was a false flag attack or an actual attack?
I think that was an actual attack. I think that fucker was spun up.
Yeah. Well, Seamless, it's not Hebrews. They know it's a threat. They are allowing the threats to occur. They want Rome to fall. Rome is falling, bro. It's falling around us.
Yeah.
Yes, it has. No question about that.
But, oh my God, yeah. With the fog, I don't really know, but people are saying, going back to the drone thing, people were saying that those SUV-sized drones were spraying something in the air. Quite possibility, but...
Well, if it was testing, like, the talk is amongst the veteran circles, of course they might test it by, spraying some type of chemical that is non-toxic, but they could track.
Well, didn't they do that back in the, I want to say it was the 70s or 80s? They tested it in the New York subways.
Yeah.
Where they
were doing that in the 50s, and I think they got caught in the 70s doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? They were spraying some sort of radioactive isotope, I think, or chemical weapon.
A lot of that, the really bad shit, that was the testing in the 50s. And then they basically were trying to update the testing in like the 70s, 80s, where they were using something not quite as lethal.
Yeah, well, hey, American citizens have been guinea pigs for, 100 years.
Yeah, easy. Unidentified enemy, unknown origin, steering the narrative. Steering the narrative. Bingo. There it is. Oh, speaking of steering the narrative, have you guys heard about the continuity of government?
Yeah. Have they updated it?
Yeah, I know of it, yeah.
Okay, so basically, that's why Alex was begging Trump to have his inauguration in private or so forth, because they're thinking about, back then with the whole drone thing, there was going to be a drone with a dirty bomb attached to it, and because of the radioactive isotope missing, which is basically used to calibrate MRI machines.
Mm-hmm.
Spec 8, have you ever been to Denver Airport? Trust me, those aren't conspiracies. That shit's there.
Yeah.
I've been through that fucking airport. I was in that area when they were constructing a lot of that shit. It was kind of an open fucking secret while it was going on. That shit's actually there. I think they threw in the whole fucking reptilians and alien shit just to muddy the waters over what it's actually about.
Yeah, throw a little disinformation in there just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, Bucky. See, Broken Arrow. Yeah.
That was kind of debunked because some people that actually do that stuff for the military and U.S. government, they outright said, no, we don't use drones for that. We have vehicles that we use for that stuff, which are a lot more accurate.
Yeah. Okay. Trump buying Greenland. It's a troll. He's trolling.
It's trolling.
Like
That's hilarious, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
It's really funny.
Yeah. Oh, what's even real more funny is the Canadian government was taking offense that Trump was going to annex Manitoba or something like that.
the entire country.
And
these people are taking it for serious. It's
a troll.
Yeah. And they're too stupid to know it.
Yeah, because they're leftist.
Still funny.
Now, if he actually does go through with it, that tells you what side Trump's actually on, though.
Yeah. And I don't have it. Oh, wait. Yep, I do.
It's literally that meme that you showed before.
Yep.
You know, the creation of the North American Union. If he actually goes through with annexing Canada, annexing Greenland, that's part of the old North American Union shit. He's actually making it happen then.
I forgot about all that.
Oh, hang on. Just hang on. Oh God, I get so many memes.
Yeah, Gulf of America thing. That also is just fucking priceless.
Date. Here we go.
But that type of thing happens in the Middle East too. I pointed this out to someone. People were flipping out about Trump saying that Gulf of Mexico should be labeled Gulf of America on U.S. maps. They do the same fucking thing in the Middle East.
Yeah.
They do not call it the Persian Gulf inside the Arab countries. They call it the Arabian Gulf.
Mara Igloo.
I've not seen that one either.
I found that today. It was on Facebook.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Let's see.
Bucky brought up fucking Canadian prepper again. Or he's responding to someone else. Fucking fear porn pusher now.
The thing is, he Canadian prepper
used to be good.
Yes. Okay, here it is. He's taking the. Oh my God, you're
fucking moron.
Seriously, Noticus? Canadian prepper is taking the idea seriously? What the fuck?
That's funny.
And Yankee, yes. Canada, okay, but do we have to take Quebec? Granted, they're French. They still want to speak French.
I trained with Quebecers. They're not bad, but let's be serious. They're French. They are not English. They do not belong in Canada.
Yeah, and my mom's side of the family is Canadian. So when I was younger, we would actually once a year, every year we'd go up to Toronto, and go visit family, and go to the Tim Hortons, and then we come home. So
that's funny.
Yeah. Did you have your poutine or whatever the hell that is?
The poutine, it's not too bad.
That's funny.
Oh, Seamus. Yeah, that would be in Toronto.
It'll be big cities like it is in the U.S.
Yeah.
And there's not too many big cities up in Canada, eh?
Well, there's Toronto, Toronto.
Yeah, but there's not that many, eh?
Yeah. Well, he was
in the beginning. He was.
Yes.
In the beginning.
Yes, he was in the beginning.
I actually did think it was a joke until you brought up the whole North American Union thing. It was like,
if he actually follows through with it, then that's a big indication what side he's really playing on. And he was, chumping us the entire time. So.
Yes, Scrappy. Basically, to you, chips and cheese. And not only chips and cheese, but also gravy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fries with some beefy type gravy over the top, and then cheese over the top of that. It's something I really want to try.
Cheese curds, not just cheese, but cheese curds. And it's pretty
Most
good.
people in the U.S. don't know what cheese curds are. Let's be serious.
Oh yeah. My folks, they were carnies. They had a concession trailer business for years, and we had on one of the fair circuits there was some folks from Wisconsin that had a cheese curd shack, deep fried cheese curds.
Damn, they're good.
Yes.
Growing up in Minnesota, yes, you know the glories of cheese curds.
Yeah, and not only also Wisconsin. A man can only own so many silky sauce.
Yeah, no kidding. For this particular type of job in the woods, I like to use a silky saw with this length of blade.
Yeah. Practical rifleman. Oh, dude, you didn't hear? Maine Prepper passed away some years ago.
Yeah, I heard he passed away.
Yeah. And somebody has taken a few videos before the channel got shut down of Maine Prepper. And I wish I would have known about Maine Prepper being sick. I would have downloaded his entire channel. He had a lot of good information.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first got into prepping, he was like one of the first few channels I started following.
Yep. And then Patriot Nurse used to bang her. She was with him for a little while.
Yeah. And she was also with Reed Henrik. So
she's been around.
Yeah. She's like the village bicycle baby. Everyone's had a ride.
Well, she is closer to you guys' area than my area, so.
Yeah.
I thought I knew a lot, but she taught me some things.
Yeah. Let's see. Scrappy. Looks like a thing from Northern England. Oh, okay. Did not know that. He was referring to the poutine.
Can you highlight the one from Lone Wolf right after that?
Yes. Okay. At work today, I finally got a chance to finish watching your rant, dude. You must have cleared out a lot of mucus on that one.
Holy shit! Yes, I literally like halfway through it started coughing up large balls of phlegm and just was spitting them out on the floor, like large balls. I cleared out my lungs pretty good that day.
Bet you can breathe a lot easier now.
Yeah. Bucky pointed out to me that they're going nuts over that in the leftist stuff about that article I talked about, the militia and the mole, because they look at it as a giant victory that they were able to infiltrate the militia and expose our terroristic right-wing Nazi plans. Even though when you read through the fucking article, the guy that did it kept getting frustrated because there are no terroristic plans. He literally manipulated his way up to the national level leadership of the AP 3%. And there was no terroristic plans that he was for certain had to be there.
If he wanted to find terrorist threats, he should have joined Patriot Front.
Yeah, or Antifa. That's where that shit's actually going on.
He was part of Antifa. Remember?
No, I mean to actually expose them.
Yeah.
But and he pointed out, and I was laughing at this. He was mentioning that, well, when they did start talking about operations, they weren't talking about how they were going to round up and kill people. They started talking logistics. oh, gee, who's the person who keeps talking about logistics? I wonder.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet I'm not mentioned anywhere inside that article. And you want to know what's fucked up? That guy used to be in my chat room, and I know he did.
Oh.
Because it was mentioned in there. He was the commander of the AP 3% in Utah. We had someone in the chat room for about a month who said he was the commanding officer for the AP 3% in Utah.
The
And
Telegram
then he
chat?
went away in the Telegram chat. He went away after about 30 days because we weren't talking about anything.
Oh. I don't remember that.
It was a
mostly
while
just
ago.
sharing memes.
What's that?
It's mostly just sharing news and memes.
Yeah,
For the most part, there are people that ask questions on, we try helping them out. But
yeah, practical rifleman. Yeah, it was a sad time with Main Prepper because he just got his barn built. He set up his weight room. He showed it around, and it was a sick setup too. That was some serious money he put into it, and like within 6 months, he was unable to even climb the stairs to use it. So yeah. But now there's a new Main Prepper. Share that link in the chat because when I first started getting into prepping, it was Main Prepper, Demcad, Reginald, because I found out he was lived up in Michigan, so he was real close to me.
yeah, he wasn't. Demcad wasn't too bad, but he started losing it when Trump got in office for some reason.
I've seen a couple of his videos, his more recent videos. He's talking about like politics and stuff. Not so much
he went from prepping more into the politics stuff after Trump got in, and that's when I unsubbed.
Yeah. Let's see. Democracy Now.
Oh, come on. Democracy Now! Is another leftist thing that poses as a fucking media organization.
That's where okay, now I remember. Let's see.
But yeah, Scrappy, that way of doing it though, like that infiltrator did, that's common. We've seen that in my state in a militia. How the law enforcement usually does it, okay? They typically, and this guy wasn't doing it as law enforcement, he did it on his own. But how law enforcement infiltrates, they send in two people. They might have one join at one time, and then, his buddy will join a week or two later or a month or two later. But when they first get in, they identify everyone inside the group, okay? And they do a basic risk assessment. And when they're also doing that, they're also judging people by who's the natural leader, who is the real leader, who has what skills. And then what they do is one of those infiltrators will start putting out accusations against people in the leadership. And then his buddy will start backing him up on the side. And then they get people removed from the leadership, and then the infiltrator takes that spot. Yep. And then after a bit, they do the same thing till that infiltrator becomes the unit commander. Now, once they're the unit commander, there's two ways it can go. And I have seen both. One, that new commander, that infiltrator, he starts getting them to do stuff that isn't quite legal, but people aren't aware of that. So he'll have them start doing, hey, let's do a hypothetical mission on how we would do this if we were going to attack this federal building, or how we would do this, or let's talk about how we would make IEDs. And then that gets used to take down the group. The other thing that I've seen is the infiltrator gets to the top and then turns the whole thing into a giant laughing stock. training essentially stops. It just turns into barbecues and beer parties. You know, they don't go to the field anymore. If they go to the range, it's just to show off. They're not doing any actual training. You know,
Yep.
I've seen both happen.
I've seen that with a couple different militias.
Yeah. And I think this infiltrator, this gay guy, because, you know, they made a big thing about that all through the article, that he's gay, like nonstop. They had to make that comment
Or
that
make it
he
clear.
was gay.
Yeah, make it clear.
Yeah. We got to emphasize a gay guy was taking down this unit. He was using things that he probably read about online on how, you know, law enforcement infiltrates. So he was using their same tactics.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. And like what security guy was talking about in his rant video, that's where you do a full background check.
Yep. Because I'm sorry, if someone has a criminal record, you have to examine it extremely closely. And if any of those charges are a felony and he was convicted of it or she was convicted of it, you cannot let them in the unit. It doesn't matter even if it's a support position. The fact that they are in the unit, and if they are training with firearms in the unit, it's guilt by association.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen. I know of units in my state, literally, where every single member is sitting in a state prison right now, even if they didn't even give the firearm to the felon to use at a range. Because they were part of that group, automatically they got convicted. It was a fucking setup from start to finish.
Yeah.
Total bullshit.
Yeah. Reminds me of the time Robert Hansen, an FBI agent, sold U.S. secrets to the KGB and FSB.
Yeah, Liam Nielsen, I think, did a movie on that.
Yeah.
Where he played the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Scruffy. Like security guy said, all it takes is one infiltrator using the same tactics the feds use, or is a fed, and the whole group gets compromised.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at let's see. In your case, Scrappy, Nigel Farage. Hell, they tried to kill him. They tampered with a helicopter he was riding in, and it crashed, and miraculously he survived a helicopter crash. There's the AFD in Germany. The politicians in their parliament is outright banning that political party. Of what I've gathered now, like I said, this is what I've gathered. The AFD is like MAGA light for Germany. You know, imagine MAGA light, but it's in Germany, and they're just shutting that down hardcore. They don't want to. And let's see, didn't Canada? No, France. They're doing something like that in France too. Let's see. Yeah. If you got a criminal history, you're compromised. I would say can be, you are compromised. I would say good possibility. Let's see. Same as okay. But okay. So security guy had to step out for a moment. Anyways, Castro's son resigned. Yes. So Canada got a bit of a reprieve.
Not he has not yet. Okay. Apparently, he did a bait and switch. He actually has put it on his party to make the decision if he should step down. He's still the prime minister up in Canada.
Okay.
I wonder why he was going to step down.
Yeah.
His popularity has gone completely in the toilet, and even members of his party are speaking out against him.
So they're going to pull a Biden on him.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Mhm.
Farage is not what he said. Oh, really? Okay. I did not know.
Farage has completely turned against what he used to stand for. I think he got threatened.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
Yeah, that was something that I heard about here a week or two ago. That
Okay.
Farage has completely done a 180. I think he got threatened.
Okay, Scrappy says definitely. Okay. Well, like I said, I mean, I know practically nothing of the political state or the political situation in
Nigel
Europe.
Farage basically used to be the Trump of British politics.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, and he's turned against Tommy Robinson. He's turned against Britain and is starting to embrace globalism. I think he got threatened.
He had that talking to, in other words.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, the gun to the side of the head and all that stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, Scrappy, if that's what you think, well, you would know more, but yeah. Maybe a plane crash. For SPC 8.
And Farage was, I heard something about he was in a plane crash a couple months ago.
Oh, he was. I do know about the helicopter crash.
It's when I was hearing that he had changed direction, done a 180. Someone mentioned about a crash. So
okay, I did not know about that.
I don't know a hell of a lot on it because I do not follow politics in the EU worth a damn. So
let's see.
I just kind of ruled Europe out as being a lost cause.
Yeah, pretty much now.
Yeah.
I mean, the globalists have allowed unfettered immigration in there, and it'll be Islamic probably within the next 20 years.
And they've completely destroyed European culture completely from start to finish to allow it to happen. So,
yep. And I feel bad for them. Poland's the only place that's holding out, I think.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. So
let's see who the FBI has on their radar. That's the truth.
Yeah. Like that school shooting that happened around right before Christmas as well. I forget the city. Girl.
Another trans person or gay activist or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, I heard
something like that. Something like that. Oh. This reminds me. Hang on, let me pull it up. Damn it.
He's reaching into the meme file, which is not a good thing. Don't get him started, please, people.
Ron has a veritable cornucopia of memes.
The passport and the government ID. Light as a feather and as hard as dragon scales.
Pretty much. Always interesting how that stuff always seems to survive plane crashes and car bombs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
The body is burned beyond recognition. We can't even do DNA testing, but hey, take a look. His ID survived perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Gotta save this one. Gotta share this
Funny,
one.
funny how that works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just funny. Speaking of funny,
Quit making fun of the cocaine Führer.
yes.
Oh, I shared that.
Pushbacks. Let's see. Scrappy, what pushbacks? Let's see.
He'll let you know.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me find another one. But anyhow,
And how many Maseratis did fucking Zelensky buy since the invasion happened? I think he did a photo shoot like last year or the year before that he had bought at least 2 new Maseratis.
was that right before the invasion?
After.
Yeah, when
Oh.
we've given them $100 trillion or some shit. I'm exaggerating the number, but
Yeah, he's bought multiple, $100 million mansions in other countries,
yeah,
buying super high-end expensive vehicles, and yeah, there's no way in hell he's not funneling off 10%.
well, it's just a big. I mean, we said that 2 years ago. It was going
Oh
to
yeah.
be a money laundering scheme.
Oh yeah, it has been. And that's why I try, when I find out what types of mines that we have been sent to Ukraine, I do videos on those, because guaranteed at least half of those have ended up on the arms black market.
Yeah.
Sure. I wonder how many of them are funneling their way back here. Didn't somebody say something that there was stingers or man pads?
They found not stingers, but they did come across RPGs down on the border.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember. Talking about the fog. That's a U.S. patent number. So those who write that down or take a screenshot or what have you, it's not one for the. Oh, okay. Scrappy said it's not one for the chat. Okay.
But yeah, there's also incidents though in history where you had the weather conditions were just right and you had fog move into an area. It pushed industrial pollution down to the ground and it killed people. So
Yeah. Mansions in Italy, Bugattis, and so on. Yeah.
Yep.
Latin American, South Asian dictator. Yep. Basically.
It's been a fun 2025 already.
Oh yeah. We're only a little over a weekend and it's like, seriously, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, you got the wildfires in LA, and they've got, the snowpocalypse out here where we are.
That's right. You got hammered with snow. What, 2-3 inches?
Shit, bro. I got 11 inches sitting out here.
Holy
Lucky
fuck.
bastard. All the
got
snow
that.
I've gotten in my area has melted off usually within a couple days after.
We're getting ready to get hit again tomorrow, too.
Like I said, you lucky fucking bastard.
Yeah.
Lucky?
Well, define lucky.
See, you got to remember, the ecology in the area I live in, a lot of it is determined by winter, because the snowfall melts and replenishes the groundwater in springtime.
Yeah.
Plus, it also acts as insulation for plants over winter
Gotcha.
to keep them from freezing to the point that it kills them.
I was kind of hoping. The only thing that I was hoping is it sends all the mosquitoes directly to hell forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, never going to happen.
Did you guys? Side note: I went and seen that movie Homestead. Have you seen that yet?
No.
Not yet. It's one I'd like to see, though.
It's it's based off of the book series Black Autumn. which you can get on audio book. It's on Audible. Anyway, and I had the book. I'm going back and re-listen it now that I've seen the movie, and it's the movie's parallel pretty close to the book, but they definitely bend the knee with the DEI nonsense. There is some.
I could kind of see that in the commercials, but
yeah, there's some local
like
bullshit in there.
Interesting.
There's some local bullshit. But and then I started watching the series, and there's only 2 episodes of the series out right now. But it's not bad. It doesn't touch as much on the prepping side of things. It's more about the stupid DEI storyline.
Okay.
So it's not really a good prepping movie per se. But I mean, it's decent. It's worth a watch.
I will admit, I did see Sonic 3. I went to a matinee and I did watch that.
Okay.
So. See if I can find one of the best clips here, and I'll send it to Ron so he can show it. But
oh yeah, here's one for.
oh Jesus!
Or caffeine.
Nicotine or caffeine, absolutely.
Exactly.
Or methamphetamines. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever gets the body moving. This is so true. Screaming to the heavens.
Yeah, Nordicus is right about the Ukrainian thing. Once the invasion's over, there will probably be a civil war there.
Oh,
They've lost 1 million people. They're estimating the casualties at 1 million people in the Ukrainian.
Somebody that was on with Alex Jones, they lost an entire generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an entire generation of people gone. And it's not just it's all over the country. You know, granted, the last ones to go were the ones in Kyiv that were really of military age fighting males, but they burned through so many people in the outlying regions. They were actually drafting women.
Yeah.
That was the last resort because they went through all the old men.
Well, I think that whole war is stupid because it's a brother war. I mean, Ukrainians are essentially Russians. You know, it's just I hate these brother wars, like World War I, World War II. They're all the real enemies are everywhere outside of Europe. Rich elite fuckers mostly, but
yeah. Well, SPC8, yeah, they're actually sending the 18-year-olds. Well, even before, out in the outlying areas, they sent the 18-year-olds, the military age, 18 through, was it 30 first?
Yeah, then they bumped it up to 40 something. It was like 45, I think.
Yeah. Then they were putting in guys in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah, the kid with Down syndrome. They had like Down syndrome kids out there.
Yeah, yeah. You'd see him sitting on a stump, took off his helmet, and ping, the back of his head turned into mist.
And
it's just like, oh fuck.
There is no reason that war should be going on.
None whatsoever at all. Well, it was you know who started it. Us in 2014. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
And then what did we do? Because Soros was the one that was backing most of the shit. Oh, yeah, we start backing the neo-Nazis in Ukraine. And then what do? Oh, they go back to their old ways from World War II and before. Ukrainians start attacking Russians and killing them.
Yep.
And no one talks about that in the media here in the U.S. on how Ukrainians were attacking and slaughtering ethnic Russian villages before the invasion.
And yet you got our fucking Congress setting up waving Ukrainian flags when they get their bill passed to send them another $1 billion.
Yeah, that we don't have.
It's funny, they're waving every other flag. They got the Israeli flag waving it, the Ukrainian flag waving it, but they won't put up a fucking American flag to save their life. Bunch of fucking treasonous cocksucking motherfuckers.
Yep.
Don't forget 2020, the taking the knee thing during the George Floyd
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Congress wearing, tribal garb. Well, the particular colors they were wearing was a tribe that was capturing other Africans and selling them as slaves.
Mm-hmm. These fucking people are sick, dude.
Yeah.
The people who run this country are without a doubt, no question, the most disgusting human beings on this planet. If you even call them that. That's why I said reptilians, they're real. They just wear human skins.
Yeah, the security guy, it was the kente cloth pattern. Yeah, but yeah, it's these leftists don't realize what the true history is. They just change the meaning.
Yeah.
I give the left props. They have a mastery of language, and
sophistry.
Yeah,
they can manipulate words and change the meaning, and then all it does is keep people in a state of confusion, and then they fear monger, panic. It's a standard psyop procedure.
yeah.
When I started working for my current employer, and this is before the invasion, another guy started there the same time I did. He was in the National Guard, and his unit got a request for volunteers to assist in Ukraine for like 6 months. And he asked me about it and stuff because I'm retired. And it's like, hey, they're asking about stuff with Ukraine. Should I go? We're going to get X amount of dollars and stuff. And I told him, fuck no. Dude, the Ukrainian government supports Nazis. Look the pictures up. The stuff is fucking there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so after that shift, he checked it out on his phone, on his computer or whatever. The next day when we're doing our startup meeting, he outright told me, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to fucking go there. And I told the other guys in my platoon, don't do it either.
Yeah. Well, I had oops, I didn't mean to do that. I mean, I had a long conversation with a good friend of mine, and I had to explain to him, like, when this whole thing started up, I was on 4chan, and they're showing images of different buildings that were shelled. I mean, this is before the invasion, and I pulled up an image, and I told my buddy, I says, look, this is a picture of a school that got shot at, that was shelled. I go, okay. On 4chan, they shown the exact location of where this building is, where this school is. The side of the building is on the eastern, or the side of the wall that got blown out is on the western side of the building. Okay. And if you look put it up on the map, north, south, east, west, you look at the piece of paper, western side, what direction is that? What direction, country direction is that on the western side? And what country direction side is on the east? On the east is Russia. On the west is Ukraine. So basically, unless Russia has some new type of artillery that can pass through one wall and blow out the other side of the wall, or the
without
wall,
leaving a mark.
Without leaving a mark, you're right, and that we don't know about, or the more logical sense is the Ukrainian military shelled that school. That would basically lay credence to prior to the invasion what Putin was saying, that Ukraine was shelling their own citizens that wanted to join Russia.
Yeah.
Most people aren't aware of this, but the year before Russian troops went in 22, the Ukrainian government actually made it illegal to speak Russian inside Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
to celebrate Russian holidays, to display anything of Russian culture. It was against the law. And they had their secret police going around arresting people that were caught doing it. You didn't hear about that in the news?
Oh,
Kind of reminds me of when the Polish invaded Germany in 39.
oh yes.
That was a whole psyop thing too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They're saying that Trump's going to be able to stop that war.
I think he probably will. And the only way it's going to happen is the DPR is going to have to go to Russia. Crimea is going to have to go to Russia.
Yeah.
The area across the southeast of the country that Russian troops occupy, south of the and east of the Dnieper River, that's got to go to Russia also. Because all those were ethnically Russian areas anyway, where the genocide was going on, where you had neo-Nazi gangs going out and shooting up Russian villages.
Well, and they had voted to secede anyway. So
yeah, they
kinda
already voted on it. Yeah. And the funny thing is apparently they voted in 2014, 2015 to not be part of Ukraine, to be part of Russia anyway. And that just pissed off the Ukrainian government even more. So they turned a blind eye when they heard about the atrocities.
Mm-hmm. So taking that context, if say Trump gets elected, using that in context now as a example, and some blue states decide they want to secede, how does that go?
It's going to end up shooting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, would you go fight in a civil war because some blue state wants to secede? I wouldn't. I'd be like, let them the fuck go.
I'm in a blue state, so I'm going to be fighting anyway. So,
well, yeah, there's that. But I mean, in general, though, I mean, I would think most Americans, especially now, if California wanted to secede, would be like, okay,
yeah, have fun,
enjoy.
Off you go on your bike.
Well, they say that now till they hit their first winter and they notice there's a lot less produce inside their stores.
I'm gonna go with that's acceptable.
Yeah,
worth it. Worth it.
Or just pay
okay. I got one for you. How about Kaz, when you go to a store and find out they don't have spaghetti sauce, because 80 to 90% of tomatoes used for spaghetti sauces and stuff in the U.S. comes from California.
I grow and can my own.
There you
Worth
go.
it.
Be ungovernable. Grow your own food.
Well, and that's kind of the whole point. I mean, the idea of the secession, yeah, it's all talk and bluster, and they're just placating to their base. The reality of it is, if anything was going to happen in this country, it would probably have happened under Obama. The American people don't have the stomach for actual conflict.
Well, the left does, and I think that's probably why they're putting Trump in office.
Because they know
with all their bluster about, we're going to stop it, we're going to stop it. I think they want him to get in office because they know that's going to set off the fucking hotheads on the left.
No, they do have a propensity for violence, as we've seen in the Summer of Love.
Because they put, Obama in, we didn't do anything. They put Biden in, we didn't do anything. The only ones who got close to do anything was when Trump was in office. Well, they got the left so fucking stirred up now, they'll finally get their civil war by getting the left to do it. And more than likely, they'll blame us, say that we're the ones that started it.
Oh, sure, 100%. But, I mean, if nothing else, there's one of two things that can take it, that the right just doesn't want a conflict or can't fight. I don't know. Or doesn't want to fight.
It comes down to the right knows what the results are going to be, especially after 20 years of the war on terrorism. We know what the fucking consequences are going to be. And it's like I keep saying, I don't want to see that shit here in the United States.
Yeah, I was hoping you would go there with that. And that's why I was trying to drag that analogy out a little bit.
Let's see. Yeah, was it Nordicus? How you say that? Nordicus?
Nordicus.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't been very active. Only because
Lately.
I think
They're
it's
posting
cold.
online that they're active. They're not winter soldiers. They can't handle the cold.
No.
I'm not anymore either. I'll tell you what, we did training on Sunday when the snow was coming in, and I realized how much I dislike being cold.
Because we've gotten old, Kaz. That's the thing.
That's exactly it. I'm like, wow, I have a lot less insulation now too, but in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. Between the two environments, waking up with a couple inches of fresh snow on my sleeping bag, or trying to sleep in 100+ degree heat at night, I think I'd rather deal with the cold.
Yeah. That's what I've said in a couple of my videos in the past. It's easier to get warmer than it is to cool off.
Yeah, the desert sucked ass, man. I'd rather deal with cold temps.
Yeah.
I'd rather just stay inside where it's air conditioned and be happy.
But unfortunately, we may not have that option.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm very aware.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, a lot of this, I've just kind of gotten to the point where I'm not as interested in the goings on of the world. It's like, do I still prep? Sure. Do I still train? Yeah. Do I give a shit what the government says anymore? No. What the media says? Occasionally things pique my interest, like, oh, there's drones. Cool. Drones. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Are they alien?
I'm more concerned about like all of the invading people that have come across our border and that our own government has flown in.
Yeah. Well, it's like that meme, the Austin Powers meme. This PSYOP isn't working. Send in the other meme or other PSYOP.
Yeah. Send in the drones.
I think I got that.
Specialist A asked about in a secession scenario. Basically, what'll happen if the country does start breaking up, you will see a lot of desertions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if the unit is in a leftist state and it's a leftist-leaning soldier, sailor, airman, marine, they'll probably stay there. If they're not of the same political persuasion as that state, they're going to go fucking AWOL. If they can do it, they'll probably do it with their rifle and gear. But at a minimum, they'll just pack up their shit and disappear during the night.
Yeah.
They won't be there for the next morning's formation. And that type of shit did happen at the start of the Civil War in the 1860s. A lot of units that were not in northern states or Confederate states, they're in the frontier areas. People went home, took their shit with them. Some stayed behind to keep doing the job, but, it was at really reduced numbers.
Oh, wrong one. There it is. Yeah. Shiny new things.
Yeah.
I like shiny things. They make me happy.
Yeah. Let's see if we can. Yeah, here we go. Just in case, ripcord readiness. That's what I do. In my vehicle, I have a full set of Polypros, the waffle pattern, and both tops and bottoms, as well as the those are the level 2s. The level 1s I also have because they're silk weight. They don't take much room. Both tops and bottoms, if you squitch it down tight enough, you can fit it into a quart-sized freezer bag, Ziploc freezer bag.
You can easily carry in your rucksack the gear you need to survive in cold weather easily.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you don't have to have a bear suit or any of that shit to make it through winter unless you're like in Alaska. But for most, the continuous 48, you can get by with a pair of long johns or a pair of polypros, your uniform over the top of that, some type of winter jacket, and barrier pants, to cut down on your uniform and shit getting wet.
Mm-hmm.
A decent pair of boots, gloves, and a hat. You're going to be fine.
Yeah. So.
Cold weather gear.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't need a ton of shit.
No.
But it is always recommended to have extra gloves and extra socks because stuff gets damp.
Yep. Especially the socks. Got to take care of your feet.
Oh yeah. And it doesn't have to be bunny boots. The Mickey Mouse boots, the vapor barrier ones, you can do fine with leather boots during winter. You just have to wear a couple pairs of socks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, security guy, if I remember correctly, you did a video about that cold weather gear, and
talked
you
about
had
that a long time ago. Yep.
Yep. At least 2 years ago, right?
Probably more than that. Probably about. Well, let's see. It's after I moved to this house, so probably 5.
Okay. No, you did one. You talked about cold weather gear, and then
Yeah, because I know where I did it, and I know what building I did it, and that would have been after I bought this house.
okay,
So
unless you re-uploaded. Oh, it was re-uploaded. That's why. Okay, because I did a retort to your video, and only because you were showing older gear, I had the more recent Equix.
Well,
gear.
I have Equix. I don't have the current issue fancy Equix.
Yeah, like the waffle top or the waffle pad.
The newer style shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I still haven't done it, but I got to go through and dig out the pre-Equix stuff to do a video on that.
Okay, because I did the Equix. I showed the level 1, level 2.
Yeah, you did the newer style of Equix. Equix has been around since the 90s.
Right. Yeah, because I couldn't. I have the actual Polypro top, and it just didn't feel right. That fleece just got matted, and it just shed it all over me.
Yeah, that happens. That's why you usually wear a t-shirt underneath it. You're not supposed to, but...
Well, no, it was shedding on my t-shirt. Oh, what's this, Bucky? Hold on.
They're now moving into Gen 3 of Equix.
Oh.
You did Gen 2. They're now moving into a 3. I know Gen 1 because that's what I used.
Yeah.
Technically, I still do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because yeah, you're right. I did have the waffle, the Gen 2. And only because to me, it was more readily available than the Gen 1. And what I was looking for, because Rothko was making their version of it. And
well, if that's what you were using for your Polypro top, no wonder the bitch shattered. Right
no,
away.
this was Secret, actual military surplus that was shedding. So, but yeah, once I discovered the waffle top, I tried it, and it was much, much better than the old Polypro. But if it's
I've actually gone to the point of I use a East German wool sweater now because that's actually a little bit warmer, but I'll still use Polypro because I still have a set of those inside my rucksack for changing into. So
yeah,
because you gotta clean stuff out, dry it out, and everything, air it out.
Yeah, I do know I had to buy an extra set of the Equix for my get home bag, my winter get home bag. So I have a full set, the level layer 1, layer 2 Equix in my get home bag for the winter, And I'll tell
Dust
you,
777, I never had that issue with Gore-Tex pants. It just has to be the right size. If you're having issues moving through the woods and stuff, you probably don't have a large enough size.
yeah. You for the Gore-Tex pants, outer pants, you need what, a full size larger, yeah?
Usually. That's usually works better because then you can wear shit underneath. Well, duh.
Oh,
All
wait a
that
second.
stuff. He's now saying, but they're loud. Yeah, all of the stuff is when you're moving through the fucking woods.
That's why you move slow.
Yep. You may not realize it, but your clothes makes noise too when you're moving around. Normally, it's just you're used to hearing it.
Yeah.
I like the Poly Pros. Those always seem to work out really well.
Oh, they work. I like them. It's
But okay. Anything else you guys want to add?
Pretty much covers it.
Well, for Dust 777, if you're having that much of a issue with noise, just go with the old field pants. You know, you have field jackets. Well, guess what? There was field pants also that basically were like the Gore-Tex pants. You wore it over the top of your shit. It's fabric. It won't be as noisy if that's what you're worried about. You can try that. It'll still do the same thing. They're somewhat waterproof, but not as good as when they're brand new. Okay, that's what he's doing now.
What?
He is using the
okay.
field pants now.
Okay. So. Oh shit! I cannot find it. Something I was going to share, but I cannot find it. Damn it! Oh, that was one thing I just could not find. But let's see. I want to try waterproofing a normal pair of camo trousers. Yeah, with a Scotch Guard. Scotch Guard, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I hope you can get Scotch Guard in your area. That would work out for you. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. Well, I guess I can't find it. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Oh, there it is. Gaiters, yep. Gaiters for around if you're moving in snow in the woods, yep. Let's see, in Europe there's some sort of tent treatment for German. Okay, yeah. Yeah,
essentially
definitely.
that's like Scotch Guard, yeah.
Yeah.
Scotch Guard is a brand from 3M.
Yeah, that's what they call it here in the States. We have
well, yeah, because it's a secondary thing. You're going to have to reapply.
Yeah, and depends on how often you use it. You might have to reapply it, like say every other month, or
it depends on how often you wash. Really,
Yeah.
that's when you reapply is after you wash it because the soap will take it out.
Ah, there you go. I just don't remember. It's been so long since I've used Scotch Guard. I think last time, excuse me, I think the last time I used it, it was 30 years ago, and it was for a jacket.
And a lot of people don't know is after you wash Gore-Tex, you have to reactivate the fibers too.
Really? I did not
Yeah.
know that. How do you reactivate the fibers?
Well, you have to have an iron, okay? You get it up to, you've washed your Gore-Tex, you've dried it, okay? You heat up an iron, get it up to steaming. You do not touch the fabric. You hold it, say, about an inch away from the fabric, and you go pass it back and forth a few times over every square inch of that, object that you're doing it to, that jacket, that pants or whatever, or your bivy bag for a sleeping bag. You pass it back over the top. What it does is reactivates the chemicals, causing it to flow back into each other, filling the gaps that were made when you washed it.
Huh. I did not know that.
Also, when you wash Gore-Tex, do not use liquid detergent. Use powdered. Liquid
Gotcha.
detergent, for some reason, has a tendency to take away too much of the protective chemicals in the Gore-Tex.
Okay.
I actually mentioned it when I did the video too. I mentioned about that stuff, the care of Gore-Tex.
I can't find any Gore-Tex around me that's real cheap, so I probably passed over that one. So, well, it's 9 o'clock, guys. I gotta hit the rack. I got work tomorrow.
Same.
Yep. So, security guy, you got any last words?
I like tater tots. Last words. I'm glad 2024 is over because last year sucked major ass for me. And so far this year is starting out interesting, and we'll see what happens through it. So
Yeah.
I suppose I could finally mention it now publicly, but yeah, 2024, I started out with the spinal injury, had the procedure for that. Well, during that procedure, I was given a shot to try to hasten up the recovery of my spine. Well, apparently, one of the consequences from that shot is it dampens your immune system. Well, someone like me who has a compromised immune system from cancer, it literally shut my immune system off.
Oh.
So I was sick, I'm not kidding, for essentially 6 months straight. And then after that started wearing off, well, then my back started acting up too. So then I was going back and forth between I'm sick this week I can't work, to my back's causing problems, I can't work. I literally got in all of 2024 about a month to a month and a half's worth of shifts total. To say that I'm not doing too good financially is an understatement. Though it was worse, it's improved a bit, but it still sucks ass.
Yeah.
So I hated last year so fucking much.
A lot of people did.
Yeah.
Kaz, what about you?
Oh, let's see. 2025 is just going to be a year of not paying attention to the government or the media and still continuing to prep and do the stuff that we always talk about doing. I mean, the reality of it is shit's going to happen and shit happens. So the best defense against that is insulation, which is what? Prepping and training. So That's about it.
Yep. Me, I got nothing to add except, folks, so far 2025 has already started out to be a shit show, and all I can say is buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be an interesting ride. Yep, Scrappy, it's going to be a very interesting year. So who knows? We may have another summer of love, because we all know that the left don't like the winter. They don't like you being cold. So prep like your lives depend on it, because they do. So, all right, everyone. No closing video this time. I can't find it. So take care, everyone, and God bless.
See ya.
Peace out.